Welcome to Keeping It Real. I am your host, Jennifer, along with the royal friend,
Miss Trixie.
and our royal guest, Jackie, yes.
I'm not sure why I whispered.
It's okay, the mic picks it up.
Jackie thinks she's like a superstar since this is like her 4th episode.
Is it 4th? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have to even it out with Lindsay. Yeah, we're good.
We're good. All right, my friends. So welcome to our little chit chat today. If you have not done all the great things, which is like, comment, share, subscribe, please do that. There's gonna be a little thing up there that will have all of our bingeable podcast episodes. I think they're bingeable, right? Do you think they're bingeable, Jackie?
If you like juicy gossip.
I like tea.
Who doesn't like tea?
Tea, yeah.
And then I will also put up there my podcast like playlist and her and Jen's little vlog playlist too.
Yes.
Yeah, because that will, you can see a little bit into our lives.
And I'm really excited. Memorial Day weekend, we're going to have our first Keeping It Real little vacay and concentrate in a little project and do all the vlogs we can.
Yeah, we're gonna do as many vlogs. You guys are gonna get a lot.
Yeah, so we're trying to prepare for that.
Yeah, Jen has a lot of good vlogs coming up too. I wrote down her schedule.
Yeah, but before we start with a juicy just toast. Cheers. Grab your drink. It could be coffee, it could be tea. So you could hear the tea.
It could be alcoholic.
Just don't spill it.
Don't spill it.
Yeah.
So, get your drink, sit down, watch us on YouTube, or listen to us in podcast. So if you are driving, don't drink and drive.
Oh God.
Don't drink and drive.
I know. I hope you didn't have to say that.
No, yeah.
Disclaimer.
No, yeah. They should be McDonald's drink or whatever.
McDonald's drink. Your coffee.
Your Starbucks.
Yes, your Starbucks.
Yeah. So yes. So our topic today, it's really there's so much. It's okay.
Taboo.
Say it.
It's taboo.
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 In Spanish, taboo. There's so much. I don't even know. I think this is gonna have to be a 2-part.
Maybe we're gonna have to make it a two-part.
Because I thought of like just a couple, but there's
a lot.
There is a lot. There's a lot. And I reached out to Facebook followers, and I only got a list of like 15, 18 topics.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were there any that repeated that were more common?
Some of the ones that I thought of were the sex that we are going to talk about. Taboo. So we had a couple of followers reach out and give us a huge list, a list of 15, 18 topics. Politics. Am I saying it right? Politics. I'm saying it in Spanish.
Yeah,
politics. Homosexuality, sex. Mental health. When to talk to your kids about sex. Oh my gosh. Drugs. Oh my gosh.
Addiction. Yeah, like drugs, addiction.
I wish I could go to my phone right now, but I'm using it right now.
Religion.
I feel like religion's the biggest one.
I just like that's two things. That's two things that
People don't like to talk about money.
No, especially in marriage.
Yeah.
No, well, not for me, but
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that could be
because how
that's what they say is like, what's the number one cause of divorce is money.
Yeah, you're right.
Disagreeing on money.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's wow.
A lot of people don't agree on a lot of it.
No.
What topic do you want to start with?
Abortion. Abortion was one of them. Abortion was one of them.
Divorce too could be taboo depending. Sometimes people are like
death,
definitely.
Yeah.
Death. Like right now, if you ask me and Javi and I about what are we gonna do if one of us pass away, we're like,
what?
Oh, honestly,
it's something that you don't like to talk about.
We don't.
Nobody likes to talk about it.
Nobody likes to talk about it, but you gotta be
and it's something that I have told my family. I'm like, listen, mom, dad, don't wait for us. Don't leave it up to us. Don't let us make a decision. Like, put it in writing.
Exactly.
Because like when you're hurting and you have that loved one,
that's the last thing you want to.
Not only that, but it breaks family apart.
That too, yeah.
Because it's four of us.
Mm-hmm.
I could say yay, he could say nay.
Mm-hmm.
And in a couple of years, they're like, you killed her, you killed him. No, like, don't. Just, I have told my parents, I'm like, could you please put it in writing? don't leave it up to us.
Yeah.
Right.
I cannot make that decision. I will respect my parents' decision.
Right. Yeah.
I'm good with that. No, so,
I mean, yeah.
and that's something like as a married, and I think we all should talk about it.
Yeah.
Because right now, you and Jeremy, you aren't legally married, but you've been together for a long time. But guess what? If something happens, something happens to Jeremy, you don't have the right.
No, I made sure I did.
Who?
I made sure I did. I made sure to put
Oh,
in the papers. Okay, so like I guess we're already starting to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I have a friend that like we went to high school together, and both her parents passed away. Like 6 months away from me, 6 months apart from each other, and she was only 20 years old.
Wow.
And if they didn't have everything in writing, like she would not be in the position that she's able to, that she is right now. Like her house wouldn't be under her name, her car wouldn't be under her name, like nothing would really be settled. Her parents paid off everything for her, like any debt that they had with what they did, because they had good paying jobs, you know what I mean? They paid off all their debt, and they gave her a lump sum. They gave her a thing at Disney, like a suite, like, you know those like Disney vacation clubs?
Yeah, those vacation homes.
The vacation homes, they gave her that, and they ended up putting my name on it too, which I love you for that. They're like, but like that's how close we were, you know what I mean? But that made me, that scared the crap out of me, huh?
Timeshare.
Like a timeshare, but it's through, but it's through Disney, so it's more legit, you know what I mean? But yeah, so like that scared the crap out of me, and we were 20 years old when that happened, and I was like, ever since that day, I was like, nope, things need to be in writing. I forced my parents. About a year later, they put everything in writing. Me and Jeremy got serious, and I put things in writing because I'm like, you don't, like, you never knew.
You're not your average 27-year-old.
Oh, thank you. But listen, when somebody close to you, because like I would do
what 20-year-old would be like, I need to put everything in writing? No, you're not normal. I'm sorry. In a good way.
On my family, it took a very scary moment where Abuela almost passed away.
To get you serious about
it. To get serious and seeing all the siblings arguing in what to do.
Oh wow.
What they thought needed to be done.
Was right or
Okay, my mom is the oldest, so Abuela lives with my mom, and she has spoken to my mom about certain things, but not everybody agreed. But not everybody lives with her. So you don't know. So then if my mom made a decision of doing this, then my mom is the battle. So I'm like, no, she needs to put it in writing. And I told them, you need to, when they make their big trip to Europe or whatever, I'm like, now if something happens to you guys, you need to have it in writing.
Exactly.
I know I'm the oldest or whatever, please don't. Because I saw my mom's position.
That's who it's usually put on.
Yes. So I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want that. What about if I go say, yeah, unplug, and I'm like, no, leave it alone.
It's hard. No. And when you're going through it, you don't want to have to deal with
No.
If those decisions are being made for you, that's way better.
So
especially by the people that wanted it to be done.
Exactly.
So if you and your loved one don't have something in writing, like I think Javi and I should have something in writing. Like I'm talking about this. We don't talk about it.
A will. And those are easy. Like you could easily like print one out online and just fill it out, and that's it.
It just is.
You know what I mean?
You should get it done by a lawyer.
Yeah. Oh, you got to get it notarized. Yeah. But that's easy. You can go to the bank. Yeah.
Michael wrote this.
Right.
Yeah.
So you need to have it notarized.
Yeah.
No, but it's definitely good. Like we have help. We have life insurance.
Yeah.
So God forbid something were to happen to either one of us, at least the home would be taken care of, the kids would be taken care of, like the major expenses.
Yeah.
So that's not what you're thinking about when you're having.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's the last thing you want to have to think about.
Yeah, exactly.
Putting up a GoFundMe because you can't. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Yeah.
So that we have that. We do not have wills or anything, but that's another thing we should do.
Yeah. So everybody should have one. And
that's the thing. It makes you feel like crap talking about it, but you talk about it. In the time you're not going through it, it's way easier than when you're going through it.
Yeah, like I know for a fact Javi's parents, they already have everything set up, like burial and everything. Like if they want to get married or not, if they want to be, like they have everything set up.
Yeah.
And then when they did it, they're like, dude, you should do it too. And I'm like,
it's so morbid, but you don't know when your last day is.
I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk because I feel like it's a negative thing. And I don't want to talk about it, but guess what? Reality, it is. You have to talk about it. So there's death, and I
think people don't want to talk about death because I feel like they want to jinx it. But
if you're preparing for it, then it means you're gonna make it happen.
But it's like, to me, it's
That's
like
what
you
people-
came in this world,
You're
gonna have to leave too.
Yeah, that's
So it's like, why not have it prepared?
Yeah.
That's my biggest
It'll
thing.
probably make you feel better too. Not as if just breathe easy. No,
I will. My grandfather took care of where he was gonna be buried and everything, and when he passed away, like we all knew already, like he had paid it off and everything.
See,
So
good for him.
that was
Wow.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, good for him. When we go to when he was gonna be buried or whatever, they're like, oh no, the plot, they changed owners, blah blah blah, and we're like, no.
They changed owners
No.
of the plot.
No, not the plot
Of the land.
No.
What I paid is what I paid. Are you
Yeah,
serious?
no. So no, there was a.
You died
like,
too late, sir.
No,
You gotta change that. What?
No.
No.
So it was a big argument. I remember like the older kids like, no,
I
my
believe
father
it.
paid this.
I believe
You know when he paid for it? In 1985.
Wow.
When did they change owners?
Okay, just a couple of years ago, conveniently.
Ooh,
Yeah,
no, F that.
I feel like they needed to make money out of something that was like paid. Something that was paid. He probably got like a good price. I don't know, like
That was way too cheap.
yeah, no, we need to, yeah.
We get inflation in there.
People make money on debt. That's so sad. Like,
Yeah,
oh
it's
my
sad.
God.
Another
Take advantage.
topic, well, taboo, homosexuality.
Yes. I have a cousin that she, I'm gonna call her she's transgender. She was a male, now she's a female. And my, I feel like I'm throwing my family under the bus, but like,
No.
a disclaimer, but my grandma, like when she talks about her, she'll be like, hola nena, and then she's like, haha, just kidding, she's a male. And like, she does not want to accept her, and I'm like, listen, like, this is what she's chose, like this is what she is, you know what I mean? And I call her a she because that's and it's something that we really don't my family doesn't want to talk about it. Yeah, my
You said it's
mom.
your cousin?
Yeah. My uncle is more than okay. My mom's more than okay. For me, I'm like, I don't care. It's whether I agree with it or not. Like, I don't care what you do. It's not my life. Exactly. It's not. Do I feel bad? Like, because she goes through a lot of things. Yeah. Do I defend her? Yeah.
That's what I feel. That's what I feel like. Is that you don't choose that? I feel like.
Yeah.
Why would you choose a harder road for yourself?
Exactly.
If you feel a certain way that you're not supposed to be whatever it is and you're supposed to be something else, or you're not attracted to the opposite sex, you're attracted to the same, or you're attracted to both, whatever. But I don't understand, if that's not your life and they're not hurting anybody, why does it matter?
That's what I'm saying.
To me, I feel like that's your life.
Yeah.
I'm not walking in your shoes. I don't know what it's like to live in your shoes every day.
Yeah.
Go on with your bad self. Do whatever you gotta do. As long as you're not hurting me, as long as you're not hurting people, as long as you're being happy and you're living your truth, then whatever.
No,
Like, we live in the United States for a reason, and it's you get to live what you want to do. You get to live who you are and be what you want to be for that reason. So it's like, why not? That's what makes you happy. Go ahead,
Yeah, it's sad. It saddens me. It's sad because it's just like homosexuality. Here's the other one. We're gonna just bring in there.
Yeah, not sure.
Mental illness. You don't talk about that either. You don't talk about that.
It's shameful.
It's shameful. No, mira, está, oh no, and if you do, está loco. No, and that's the same reason why you don't go see a doctor. You should suck it up, okay? And I think now in what's considered a sick como mental illness, and I think back in my family, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna throw names. Taboo. So and so could have an issue. I could have an issue. I could, like, when I hear the description of what, I'm like, I go through that. You don't talk about it. Back then in the days, like, I think about family members that they're like, oh, and literally they call me loquito. I know, chacho, mira, se loco, y machacho. I'm like, okay, because, or that child.
That's like them dismissing
is too hyper.
it.
No, but do you take them to the doctor? Like, back in, I think it's the generation culture thing. Like, back in the days, like, eso no existía, it didn't exist. You don't talk about that. You should, es un loquito, he's crazy, that's it.
Yeah.
Now everything has a name for it. Has a name for it.
Like treatment, and it doesn't have treatment, but there's things to help with it,
Yes, so it's just like homosexuality, mental.
Homosexuality, by the way, does not need to be treated, okay? That's a person's view, and that's a person that they want, that's how they feel, and that's what they need. And I can get very religious and I can get very like to the other side of things, but it's like honestly leave them alone and let them do what they want to do, you know? And this is us keeping it real, so I hope that there might be a lot of things that we're gonna say that you guys might not agree with. And if honestly, if that's the case, then you can like click away or whatever. But just know that this is an open platform. This is a safe platform. So whatever you guys want to say, or whatever you guys want to say, unless it's hateful things, like we're gonna block you, you know. But yeah, but like you know, feel free to say it. But we're gonna say a lot of things that you might not agree with. So.
Yeah, I had somebody tell me one time that homosexual couple adopting is child abuse. What? I'm like, okay, so...
Two people that care.
Two people care. I feel like, is it bad to say, but I feel like they care a little bit more because they're going through more in life to get to this point, because there's a lot of adoptive agencies. Yeah, there's a lot of adoptive agencies that don't want the same couple, you know what I mean?
You know how many foster kids go through shit, through hell? And like, just for being alive, like, it's just, so, you know, I don't care, like, if you are a homosexual couple and you want to adopt or whatever, like, mira, thank you for saving that child and giving that child that love. Okay, like,
I think a lot of what happens with that, with people that think like that, is that they're thinking about the sexual aspect of it. Just like a heterosexual couple doesn't have sex in front of their children, a homosexual couple won't either.
Exactly.
So why does it matter who's raising the kid? Exactly. As long as they care for that child.
They're gonna teach the kid. They're gonna.
As long as they care for the child.
They're gonna learn that homosexuality is okay.
It is.
I'm like, okay, so.
But not everybody is the same.
So I kind of see it like, okay, but being black is okay.
You're not.
Being a homosexual
you're not
is
the
okay.
same as everybody else.
Being fat is okay.
That's what makes the world go round.
Being bald,
can you imagine if we all looked
okay.
the same and we all did the same? If we just be
being
robots?
bald,
exactly.
You know, it's okay. It's okay. That's hurtful.
Yeah.
It's hurtful. So
you don't deserve to be a parent because you love somebody of the same sex. That's not fair.
No.
If you're not gonna abuse that child, if you're gonna raise that child to be a productive member of society and do good, and why can't you have it? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Who are you to say I shouldn't be a parent? Like what?
Yeah.
Because of who I married or who I'm with. What?
Yeah.
That makes no sense. You're not even looking at me as a person.
No.
So it's just I don't know. Whatever.
I guess when they said that, I was kind of like, because I don't like to. It's a taboo. I don't want to.
Yeah, because you ruffle feathers. Yeah.
But the older that I've gotten, maybe wiser, I'm like como que it stayed in here. I'm like, that's wrong. That's wrong. Where's your love? Where is? I'm not gonna go with the religion one. Where is it? Like, you're supposed to love each other. We're supposed to love each other. Love your neighbor. Like, why are you making these couple different? So I guess the older I get, the more it bothers me.
Because it's not. It's something that is looked. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's who you love. It's who you want to be with. It's why is that our business?
I think it's because we were raised so long. Like, at the end of the day, it's like it took Obama. It took whether you guys like politics or not, but it took Obama in 2000. When he was president, I think it was like 2012. I'm sorry, I don't really know. Yeah, 2012 he became president and whatever. But okay, sorry. It took him to end up becoming letting marriage become equal. You know what I mean? And letting homosexuality, for people to get married. And I feel like it took way too long because there's always been, homosexual couples, and I feel like it's always been something that they've always wanted to get married, but it took them in the 2000s in order for it to legally become something acceptable.
It wasn't like the homosexuality in the armed forces was not allowed.
Yeah, don't ask, don't tell.
Don't ask, don't tell.
That's what that is.
Yeah, but I'm like,
they wouldn't want you to.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. I actually saw a picture, I think online somewhere. It was a headstone of somebody from the military that passed away. And if I find it, I'll show you. But it said something like he won all these awards and he and he did all these great things, but he got kicked out because he was in love with a man.
Wow.
And that's how much it hurt him that he put that on his headstone.
Wow.
And it said like all his things that he was there and he did all these great things through the military, but he was kicked out because he liked him because he.
That's sad, and that's where I was gonna go. Like they're humans.
They are humans
that love their country just like we love our country. Right. That want to fight for their country.
And I don't want to fight for my country.
And I applaud. I'm not joining. But they want to. So let them do it.
Yeah. You're looking for people, but then you're saying, but you can't do this, and that. It's like, you want them or not?
Well, it's like they're trying to ban like having transgenders in the military. It's like, why? They want to fight? Let them fight.
But if men and women both join the military, what's the difference?
Yeah. Oh no, they have. Yeah.
God.
For me, it's like Jeremy's father. He fought in Vietnam. Thank you for your service, and thank you everybody for your service. But he fought in Vietnam. That was one of the hardest wars to ever fight. You know what I mean? It was a war that he's like, when I came back, nobody wanted us. So it's like he's gone through some gruesome things, and for turning down somebody because maybe they're transgender or because they like the same sex, you're saying no, I don't want you, but they're willing to give you and sacrifice and get messed up in the head and go through all these things. They're willing to fight. Why does it matter? Because I'm not strong enough to go through any of that. You know, I've heard these stories and I'm like, no, thank you.
No,
I want to sit here. You know.
I know this is gonna be an ugly one, but sorry, I didn't mean to.
You're good. There's a lot of them.
Abortion.
Don't even get me started.
Okay. Me personally, and
that's a big one.
For those that know me, I don't have any kids. I am against abortion. I am, because there's different things that you could do, give them up for adoption, and so on and so on. But what I do with my body is my business.
Yes.
So if that's the path,
so you're talking about for yourself, you're against it.
I'm against it.
Right. But if somebody you know doesn't.
But that is your choice. That is your choice. Just the same way you have the choice to join the armed forces. You want to be gay? That's fine. You want to, I don't know, jump up and that's fine. That's your choice. Don't take that choice away from any human.
Right.
Yeah.
Regardless what sex you are.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel. Like I am against it. I don't believe in it, but I don't believe in you taking that right away from me.
Yeah.
Right.
What are your thoughts on it, Jackie?
I mean, I guess it depends on who you are. For myself, just because I've never been in the situation where I felt like I had to make that decision, I personally say no because it's me. And I've lost a baby before. That's another topic. Miscarriage.
Miscarriage.
Or infertility. That's another one. So it's different if you suffer with infertility for years and you see somebody that they aborted a child and you're like, wow, I'm struggling so hard, and they're going over there and getting rid of something that I wish I had. So it's different for everybody. And then, or you could be a victim of rape. That's another taboo subject. Rape. And you know, if you're a victim of rape and you get pregnant from that person and you're like, I don't even know who this person is, and I have a child with them.
No, even incest.
That too,
sexual abuse
or abuse. I mean, it just depends. Like you could always say shoulda, coulda, woulda, but unless you're in that situation, you can't say 1,000%. I know people personally that have had abortions and they regret it like crazy, because then afterward they had more children and they're like, wow, I don't even know how I could have done that. But like I said, that person changed. Like everybody can change, but now the only thing I don't worry about abortion is doing it for pleasure and as using it as birth control. That's what I don't agree with. If you just want to sleep around and get pregnant for fun and not know how to take a pill or a shot or whatever, and you want to just kill children for a living, that pisses me off. But if you're in a specific, you know, trouble, you know, I guess I don't think it's right regardless, because you're killing a living thing, I feel. The minute you hear a heartbeat, it's living. I'm sorry. That's just me. Because what I don't understand, and this has always been confusing to me, is that when a woman has an abortion, it's not murder. But if her man or her husband killed her and she was pregnant, it's considered 2 murders. How is that possible?
Yes, true. Yeah.
If you have a child and if I'm pregnant and my husband kills me, we
He's
both
charged.
die.
Yeah.
And he's
with
charged with 2 murders.
Yeah.
So why can you have an abortion? It's considered a woman's choice. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
To me, I don't
know.
get it.
Yeah.
No, I
yeah.
understand.
To me, the laws
Good
are.
point.
I
Yeah.
mean, I think
Yeah.
it's also a thing of emotion. It's a thing of you'll do something. Everybody's gonna do what they need to do for themselves.
Yeah.
For me, I know somebody personally as well who feels like abortion is birth control.
No.
Oh, I'm pregnant. I gotta do it again. And it's like,
Oh,
bro,
no.
that to me
Oh, no.
is no. I'm sorry, I
No.
can't do that. I feel like control yourself. Close your legs.
Close your legs.
And be
there's so many
responsible.
methods of birth control that they're even giving out for free.
Yes.
Yeah.
On you.
If you really don't want children, there's ways to prevent it.
And Taboo also. Like,
And I feel like it's so much less expensive to just get the damn pill or get the shot or get the IUD.
well, that
there are
freaking
plenty of
condom,
ways
because
to
I do
stop
get
children.
Yeah.
Not only that, but it's not just for us. Men.
Men too.
Yeah.
Men.
Vasectomies, condoms,
It's like the woman.
pulling out.
Yeah.
Oh,
We,
no. Disclaimer, that doesn't always work.
No, but it's on the woman.
Yeah.
It always- yeah.
It's always
on the
on
woman.
Because if she gets pregnant, it's her fault. She's the
Yeah.
one that slept around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pero coño, wear a
Because she's the
condom.
one that has to live with it.
Wear a condom.
Exactly.
No.
Okay, you don't want any little seeds running around. Like,
Yeah.
wear a condom.
Yeah.
It falls on us.
Yeah,
It does, of course.
So,
It does.
So for me, I am. I don't like. Would I ever get abortion? No. Do I believe that a woman has a right to do it? Yes. I know there was a few states like Georgia, Alabama. I can't remember all of them, but they banned abortion, and I refuse to spend money in them. So you'll never see me like in Georgia or whatever. For me, it goes down to the entire thing that it took us so long for us as women to vote. And for our voices to be heard. And even now, like, a man and a woman could still do the same job and a woman still get paid less.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, I'm like, okay, so you banning abortion, Georgia, you banning it, that's you going one step of taking away our rights.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't believe in that. I don't believe that the government has the right to tell a woman what they can and cannot do. And it's like, even in Georgia right now, I keep saying Georgia because it's like, it hated me because they're right next to us, you know what I mean? But even if a woman gets raped and they want to abort it, they can't. It's illegal. They'll go to jail for it. And it's like, why? Like, they didn't want to.
I guess people feel too that since the child in question doesn't have a voice, there has to be some sort of a law in place to protect that child. You know what I mean? I don't even want to say, but somebody I know was told when they were a child that their father didn't want them and they should have been aborted.
wow.
Wow.
So
Quite hurtful.
that is
Yeah.
something that, and if she wasn't around, all of our lives would be different.
Wow.
It wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be the same. It just wouldn't.
Yeah.
Be the same. So it's just.
That's
If I say that if you're gonna do it, really, really think
on
it
it,
through.
Yes.
Because once it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
you cannot take that back.
No,
and
you
it's
cannot.
something that. What if that child could have been a doctor? What
Or
if
the
that
next
child
Elon Musk.
was gonna right? Like, you don't know what that person
Yeah.
would have accomplished if they would have saved your life later. Like, you don't know.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. I feel like abortion is kind of playing God,
Yeah.
Yes.
because if that person was expected to come and be a part of this earth, who are you to say they shouldn't?
Yeah.
So, I mean, but like I said, that's on me, and that's
Yes,
my
yes,
personal
yes,
view.
yeah,
If you
yes.
had an abortion, who knows what your reason was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could have made complete
No.
sense to you.
And they're
But there's different ways
and
to
they
go
will have
about
their
it.
mental battle.
Exactly.
Don't tell me.
and-
Don't tell me that you're not gonna.
But
you-
sometimes people do it and they do it and then they don't think twice about it. Sometimes people do it and they are ripped up apart and they're
Yeah.
like, man, I really wish.
Yes.
But you don't know, I
You
guess,
don't know.
until it
Yes.
happens, and
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
you can't
See-
judge it until you are in it, I guess.
For me, it's like I don't. New York lets it go for a really long time, and I don't believe in that.
Oh, end term?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yes.
No.
No.
If
That's where I'm like,
that's
no,
what-
thank you.
Is that if you think that a little tiny little fetus is nothing, how could you kill a full term child?
No.
Exactly.
No.
But for me, it's like before heartbeat, like it's okay. But for me, it has to be on the woman. Just let the woman make that decision. You know what I mean?
That person's gonna live with that choice.
Yeah.
Right.
I had a friend that she did it and she had 2 kids afterwards, and she wasn't in the best position when she got pregnant again. But she's like, I'm not doing that again. She's like, I can't go through that. Like, I remember we were in high school, and if you're listening, I'm sorry, I love you. But like I remember like my teacher, our preschool teacher, was like, listen, like I know what you're going through. Like I never did that, but I'm gonna sit here with you and I'm gonna help you. And she would be like, do you need anything? Because she showed up to school the next day. And
Wow.
yeah, my teacher like supported her, let her skip a couple classes. Like she was
that teacher
holding
needs
her.
an award.
Yeah, like we all supported her because we felt that, but she didn't have the means to support this child. Her parents are like, you'll be out, this and that. So she felt in a position that.
See, that's what I'm saying, is that every situation is different. If you're young and you have no one and your parents are like, peace out, you're gonna
out.
be on the street because you shouldn't have done that in the first place.
Yeah.
You feel like you're all alone. What are you gonna do?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but that's what I don't agree with is when you take
We
it for
just
school.
got to
Yeah.
another taboo.
What?
Teen pregnancy.
Yeah.
Oh,
The pregnancy.
I didn't even think about
That's
that.
a big, how many families want to cover up. Maybe more back in the days. Now it's like, but more back in the days.
No, but I feel like in our culture they still want to cover it up.
I think it depends on the society.
Yeah.
Yeah, Petra is going to, she's going to for the summer to the Hamptons.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm just bringing up stuff.
No. Or they force you into marriage.
No,
you know?
I'll raise the child like my own.
Yeah.
Or, there is no, and it goes to another taboo, sexual education, teaching our kids. I'm sorry, I have to bring you up because we don't have any children. At what age are you going to teach your children? You have a boy and a girl, my niece and nephew. They're young right now. Camille's what, 7 and
8.
8? Wow.
An 8-year-old and a
What is your
4-year-old.
line?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was younger, no one spoke to me about it. So I want to be
Taboo.
very open with my kids about it. And I feel like when they're starting to see changes in their bodies and starting to mature and they start to feel different things and get older to where, just you start to grow and you get your period and you get your armpit hair and you want to shave your legs and all that.
Yeah. No.
No, but I mean, I don't want them to feel like they have to figure this life out on their own. And it's such a big subject, and it's something that sex is not just the act. There's so many emotions that go into it. There's so many consequences from it that unless you're ready and mature enough, you shouldn't be doing it. Period.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there's no business for you having sex when you're
No, there isn't.
If you're not prepared to be pregnant and have a child, you probably shouldn't be doing sex.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. In my case, my parents, both of my parents were very open about sex, all to a certain stage. You know what I mean? Like they weren't like, oh, this is what you do when I was 8.
Right.
But little by little, they would tell me little stories about how 50 came along.
Okay.
Little by little, cartoons or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Then as I got older, things got a little heavier. I understand more.
Right, I mean, you don't need to go all out when they're 8.
No, but I got my
you
period.
can say,
Mommy told me
no,
about,
right. This is because you're growing into a woman, and when you get your period, you can get pregnant. That's the
Yeah.
minute you need to talk to them about it
Yeah.
because they don't know.
Yeah. So that's when. Oh, and I'm sorry. So when I got my period, it's something that you don't go to a gynecologist.
Yeah.
And you don't wear tampons.
No, you don't wear tampons.
Yeah, you don't wear tampons.
No,
either.
you don't go to a gynecologist unless you are sexually active. And since you are not sexually active,
You better not be.
You better not
be.
Yeah. So, and if you are, you don't want to tell your mom, take me to the doctor. You know how many friends I had because my mom was open with us because her mother wasn't.
You see?
Oh wow.
My mother was very open, and my friends felt very open. My friends, very open
That's good.
with mommy and asking mommy things. She's like, bleh.
Yeah.
So
See, that's what I don't want. I don't want my child to get educated from some stranger or from some kid that's for the same age that doesn't know anything.
we were shamed.
Or even by the internet. Like, I'm sorry, but like, no.
Yeah, my family was shamed at church because we knew too much. Because my mom or my father spoke to us openly about that. But this person's kids would go to my mom to ask, ending up that when she was pregnant. That's what she needed because she couldn't go to her mom. So the talk about sex or going to a gynecologist,
Yeah.
But it's a natural part of life. I don't understand why it has to be such a bad thing.
And
then when you don't talk about it and they get pregnant, you can't be mad at them.
Yeah.
No.
See, I think it's something that it goes back to the way you're raised. It goes back to your culture. I'm gonna get very personal, but it's like I had my period at 8 years old, 4 days before my 9th birthday.
Oh my
I will tell you
God.
this
So
right
sorry
now.
for you.
That was super young.
Yeah.
My doctor told me it was just because of whatever I was eating, like the hormones and everything. It sped up everything in my life. I hid it. I had my period. I was so
your
young.
mom didn't know?
No, I hid it from because my mom and I love my parents, but they didn't talk to me about it. I hid it. I had it for 3 days, and then I didn't have it for like 2 days, and then I like one day my mom like opened the door when I was in the bathroom, and I was like freaking out inside because I was like I don't know what to do, and she saw blood, and she's like, oh, Tracy, you got your period, like that's okay, and that's the first time she ever had a conversation with me. She's like, yeah, you got your period, you're a woman now, blah blah. She told my family. My dad went out. He got me like he got me dinner, and he got me like a toy and everything. A toy because I was like 9 years old.
Let's go to a party. You're a woman now.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
No,
What is it? Is there any special occasion for this dinner? She got her period.
Bloody Mary's for everybody. No, like this garment, she had a little bag, a Hello Kitty bag, I remember, and there was a panty liner, a pad, so whenever, like she had a little kit for me, and I always kept it, and I was so excited to open that Hello Kitty. It's like Hello Kitty doesn't make it. She's like she packaged it in there, and so whenever that happened, like my first thingies were there.
She got ahead.
And so I was so excited. I'm like, oh girl, I got my period at 13.
Oh, you're lucky.
Right?
She had hers for freaking 10 years before you did.
13, I remember, because I started dating at 14.
Oh,
That's another time we're dating. What age should you date?
Oh my God, let's not even talk about
My
that.
father said 19.
19?
Yeah. And then I went to high school and I had my first boyfriend. He's like, oh, it is what it is. Like, I don't want it to be that way. Yeah.
19 years old.
No. 14, girl.
14? Shit.
I was 14. Yes, he had a...
Damn, that skipped a real big age.
I feel like middle school though, because that's when I had my first boyfriend. Like middle school.
Like he had to visit me at the house, like on the weekends.
Yeah, your standard.
On the weekends, they would take me to the movies. I had to do a chaperone. Peppy was my chaperone. Like, no,
I never had a chaperone.
You were like, Peppy, look away.
No, like every time he came to visit, like if Peppy be like, what are you guys doing? What are you holding my hand? So
I love it.
And I want to bring this up, the period part, and not talking about it. It's very important that when your child gets, your daughter gets their period, if needed, take them to the doctor.
Yeah.
Take them to a gyno. They don't have to insert anything in there. Just get them checked. Or if they have painful periods, that's not normal.
That's true.
Talking
I
about
had such bad cramps.
no,
And my
it's
periods
not
were so
normal.
irregular.
Oh, really?
And when I got on birth control, it regulated all that. I didn't have.
It's not normal.
See, that's another taboo. Birth control.
Birth control.
Yeah.
I had my girlfriend in PR. She was like 14 and she was taking birth control. I was like 19 or 20. I'm like, what? 19. And I'm like,
She's like, girl, I just got my boyfriend. Why you aware?
I'm like, what? Birth control? Oh my God. Like, I'm like, ooh, oh. And then now I think about it, and this is not my mom's fault. It's not my parents' fault. This is the way we were all raised. Like she was raised. You don't take your daughter to a gyno unless she's sexually active. Meaning when you get married, because you cannot be sexually active unless you're married.
And you can't leave the house unless you're married.
Yeah. So I never went to a gyno. Well, guess what? I'm 19. When I was turned 19, I had my first surgery. I was diagnosed with endometriosis. all those painful periods
Wow,
that
you would have known earlier if you had gone to a gynecologist.
It's funny 'cause she was saying that. Yeah.
So
They probably could have seen it way before.
Yeah.
way before. The doctor's like, if you would have brought your daughter, like when she had her period, painful periods are not normal. Like what I mean, okay, you get cramps, they're painful.
Yeah.
You get bloated, okay.
Yeah.
But when you're vomiting,
Debilitating
fainting,
pain,
diarrhea,
no.
that you cannot go to work or school, that's not normal.
Yeah.
So I saw my aunts going through this on both sides of the family. That was normal to me.
Yeah.
That's what I was raised. So I don't even mention a gyno, like that's just part of life.
Well, because when you grow up in a certain way and you're not showing anything else, that's all you know. So you don't know any different.
Same thing for my mom. Like to her, it was normal.
Yeah.
So the doctor's like, your daughter, she's gonna have to like, in the future, like have children immediately, because she might get to the point where she won't be able to have kids.
Yeah.
They said that young.
Wow.
Yeah, because they diagnosed me with, endometriosis. So I'm like, wow. So that's when I got my first ovary removed, my left ovary.
Why did they have to remove it?
Because I had a cyst the size of a grapefruit. You know how big your ovary is?
Yeah, it's like
Not that big, right?
Como una perita.
Yeah, it's like really little.
Yeah, and a grapefruit is like
Huge.
Yeah. So they just
That's
took
like
that
my
out.
mom. My mom had her one ovary, and she had all three of us with one ovary.
Yeah,
oh wow, good for her.
yeah. So my mom, if I would have known sooner,
It could have.
I could have been on birth control, taking care of my sister.
What does birth
And-
control do for? It sheds the lining or whatever.
What
does it do
it
for the
helps.
endometriosis? It helps the pain, you know.
It helps.
saying.
Sometimes it would
I know it helps your
It will make
hormones.
your regulate your period. And it won't. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It won't. Your endometriosis won't feed off your period.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'm.
Yeah,
but
no,
that's
I know
how
what
I
you mean.
understood
Yeah.
it.
Bottom
So,
line, if you would have gotten taken
if
sooner,
I
you
would
would
have
have been
taken
able to
birth,
handle
so
it.
guess
Exactly.
what? My 14-year-old little girlfriend was taking birth control because, and they are old school. Her mom saw that her daughter was having painful periods.
Right.
Took her daughter to the doctor. They said she needs to be on birth control to regulate her period.
Right.
And because her period, that's not normal.
Exactly.
So
It's not just for sex.
Yeah, no, it's
no.
And the thing
that's what I was
is-
thinking.
right.
I'm like, ooh, hoochie mama.
and that's
what-
right.
no.
It's still people still think that.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
yeah,
No.
like my mother, she's 50 now, yeah, and she still thinks it's for sex. And I went to school for medical assisting, and like they flat out told me like,
It's
no,
not.
like it's not. And mommy's like, pero, and I was like, mommy, like it's not. Like don't shame somebody for it. You know what I mean? I was like, it's wrong to do it. You know,
yeah.
I took myself to a gyno. My mom never took me. I took myself. I told her, I was like, can you just sign the paper so I can go? And she was like, really, Trixie? And I was like, I didn't even know.
If anything, that's responsible.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and she's like, I just don't want to go. She's like, like, she didn't say I don't want to go. She was just like, yeah, Trixie, I'll sign you. Because I got scared as I got older. I got scared. I'm like, shit, I had my period at 8 years old. And I was like, what does this mean for me and my future children?
Yeah.
And it just means that I'm going to get I'm going to go through menopause way earlier than I'm supposed to.
Yeah,
Because you only,
earlier.
because you only have a certain amount of eggs. And you only have a certain amount of process. So it's like,
so much.
yeah. Right now I'm pushing 30 and I don't have kids. But like when me and Jeremy, it's a choice that me and Jeremy made together. But like when we do, it's like we're having all our kids all at once. Like pop, pop, pop. I'm gonna be that parent that's like they're gonna be one after another.
Yeah.
But it's just because that's the way I chose. I didn't want to have a kid at 25. Like I'm sorry. My doctor's like, you should start at like 23, 25. And I'm like,
well, that's your prime.
yeah. I was like,
And then
I don't
when you hit 30, it's like,
yeah, but
So
I'm gonna be a young in menopause.
I went to a gynecologist not wanting to, because even though I was told what I was told, I had to go to a gynecologist because I was going through endometriosis.
Yeah.
So not because of my choice, it's just I had to treat something.
Yeah.
So I was on birth control for that. But at 23, I lost my virginity, which is another taboo. At 23.
Wow, that's long.
Yeah, because remember
I
when I
know,
told you.
it's good for her. Like,
Remember what I told you before. I didn't want to move out of my house. I had to be married. Like, put a ring on it. Like, that's the way I wanted to leave my house. Even though I
So
lived alone.
you
That's the way I wanted to do it.
The reason why you did that was because that's how you were raised and that's what you wanted to do?
When I went to the gyno?
No, I'm talking about staying home till you were out and married and all that.
No, it got to the point where there's nothing here. you know, like partner-wise,
Yeah.
boyfriend-wise.
Like, I need to get
or
out
like
here.
well, my parents and like, there was nothing, so they wanted me to explore and you know meet other people or whatever. I'm the oldest,
So they
It's
didn't
a-
put that on you that you needed.
No, kind of. They're like, move out. No, but
Get out of here! Get out of here!
get out. You're getting old, girl.